Hello and welcome to the Nature Photography Show. In this video, I'm going to show you how to keyword your images using Lightroom Classic. And here we are in Lightroom Classic. These are some images that I took at Death Valley National Park earlier this year, and I haven't keyworded any of them. So I want to take a second and show you how to keyword your images if it's something that you're interested in. If you're diligent about it, like I'm not, then it can make it really, really easy to find images later on if you know exactly what you're looking for. Some folks are very, very good at keywording all of their images all of the time. And kudos to those folks. Unfortunately, I've just never really been able to do that. Of course, you can go back anytime and do this, and it's not nearly as arduous as you might think. And I'm going to show you how to make it fast as well. But first, we're going to go over just a little bit of how to add a keyword. First, you're going to be in the library module, and then you're going to select an image. I'm just going to select the first one here because it's the first one. It makes sense. And then over on the right-hand side, you have quick develop and then keywording. Keywording is what we're looking for. And here you can just type in whatever it is separated by a comma. And for me, I'm going to keep it simple. All of these images are Death Valley, California, Death Valley National Park. And so I want to start with the broadest possible keywords that I can use for the group that I'm going to keyword. And I'll explain that in just a moment. So for now, we're going to look and we're going to say Death Valley, comma, California. And then we're going to say Death Valley National Park and National Park. And so this is the very broadest that I could get. I could put in there in January or whatever, but for right now, this is what we're going to stick with, Death Valley, California, DVMP National Park. So that image is done. This image isn't. None of these other images are, just this one. So how can I get all of these images keyworded quickly? Well, you select the first image, hold down Shift, select all of the affected images or the images that you want the keyword on. And then down at the bottom, you're going to have the word sync right here in the lower right. You're going to sync. And then you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom and you have keywords. We're going to check that box and it's saying, hey, do you want to sync these keywords with all of these images? You can say synchronize, and lo and behold, they are all now keyworded. And we're going to look here. I just changed the star rating on that. Never mind. But here we are. There it is, California, Death Valley National Park. Same. All of these have that same keyword system on it. And that's great because that was super fast and super easy. But now some of these, like this is Zabriskie Point, and this is the sand dunes. Well, they're not all going to get the same keywords. So that's why I say when you start, do it broadly. So everything that you're wanting to keyword, kind of do that first, the big 30,000 foot view, and then start drilling in. So here we would add sand dunes. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to select the first sand dune image and the last one. And then we're going to go down here to the bottom right, hit sync, scroll to the bottom. Let's just verify that this is what we want. The keyword's checked. All of this is set. That's what we want. We hit synchronize. And now like this one here doesn't have sand dunes, but the sand dunes, they have sand dunes because we just added them. It really is that simple to add a keyword. So what exactly can we do with a keyword once it's done? Well, we can search for it, and that's pretty cool. So in the library module, up at the top, you'll have some options, text, attribute, metadata, none. If those aren't there, you can hit the / key on the keyboard and it should pop up. So we're going to go to text, and keywords contains, this is important, contains sand dunes. Now it's going to be anything that contains these words, even if the word is part of a longer word, for example, the word sand, it might bring up anything with sand in it because you've asked for contains. So if you look, you can see a lot of different options and they're pretty self-explanatory. So in this case, we're going to say contain all. So now it's going to say keywords contains all, and it says sand dunes. So it's only going to look for that. And as you can see, those stayed the same. So how is this really useful? Well, we're in a collection. You can do it from your folder too. So I've got a parent folder. It has all the images on it. I click that, And look, I've got all kinds of random stuff from, I don't know, 10, 12, 15 years of taking digital photos. I don't know. It's been a long time. So I've got a lot of images in here, some of which are probably not overly proud of, but here we are. So we're going to go to text and we're going to say keywords contains all sand dunes. So here I am, photographic library, looking at everything here, and it's only pulling up the ones with that keyword. Now we know that DVNP was also used, and now all of the images that we coded with DVNP for Death Valley National Park, they all show up too. Now I'm going to type in National Park. I may have some that I've keyworded in the past that may show up. National Park. Contains all. So look at that. Now I've got a bunch of different random ones over the years. But let's say I don't want to look at all of them in this search. I only want to look at the ones that I actually like. So you can go to Attribute. You can add that in as a filter. And now I can say only show me the ones I've got flagged and the ones that are 5-star. So now I'm only looking at anything with a national park in it that I consider a 5-star image, or at least at the time that I rated it, I thought it was a 5-star. So this is a great way, if you're diligent about it, it's a great way to find images later in Lightroom. And I know a lot of folks, I've got a really good friend that keywords every image to the nth degree. And I give them kudos for that time and effort that they've put into it. And anytime they want to find an image, they never have an issue finding them because of it. I tend to use folder structure and collections as my way of doing it. I did a video on that. I'll make sure to link that here so that you can see it if that is of interest to you. But if you're diligent about it and you're good at it, then it can really, really help you find your images over the years. So yeah, you might remember last year, but 10 years from now, are you going to remember what you were doing and what you were shooting on the 11th of November in 2023? Probably not. Unless you're really, really smart, and then you probably aren't going to be needing to add keywords at that point. But anyway, I've digressed way too far. This video has come to an end, actually, and I want to thank everybody for watching this. I hope you find something of value in this. If you do, please make sure you leave comments below, like and subscribe, do all the social media things. I would greatly appreciate it. Share this channel with your photography friends and anybody that might be interested in photography. It would be greatly, greatly appreciated. All right, well, that's it, and I'm going to end this the way that I always end my videos, and that is I'm going to tell you to grab your camera, get off the couch, escape, explore, and create.